I not get laptop. I'm not going to send me any for study.
Hello, good evening, everyone, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to my kids, my mom, my dad, every single person watching me right now. I want to say good evening and thank you for joining this program. I know I was on earlier on today. However, I'm back, and these are some of the programs you're going to be catching on Calabash Network. So this is your girl Frances K right here, and this is Women's Corner Men's Point of View. We usually have this program every Thursday in the evening around 7 o'clock American time, which I think is about 10 or 12 o'clock UK time. But we'll try to see how we can work with everyone's timing, because today we've got my sister joining me here from UK. And guess what? I've actually found a recruit. Because, every Thursday the men are trying to corner me. And every week I find different recruits for them. So today I've got a different recruit. And today I actually came with my own sister. So before I can say anything, let me actually join all of us on the screen. And then we can actually say hello to you guys. Hello, my Sierra Leonean people. Hello, everyone. This is my family. And when I say my family, these are my online family. So most of the time you see either me and Nene actually hosting this program, or either I'm with these two lovely gentlemen over there who I call my online husbands. I hope their wife's not going to beat me up though. So before I can say anything, let me introduce Uncle Carl. Uncle Carl has been very patient with us today. Hi, Uncle Carl. How are you doing?
I am doing well. I am doing well. Thank you.
That's
How are
good.
you?
Thanks for your patience today. I've been doing very well, thank you. How was your week? You've
Week
had a
has been good.
fantastic week?
It, yes, I've actually had a good week. It's been peaceful. I don't have any complaints in it at all.
That's good. That's great. Because it's been
Yeah,
really, really a tough week, I would say, for myself as well. So thank you for being patient with me today. I know you've been here early. Thank you. I appreciate it. So
you're
let's go
welcome.
to my
You're welcome.
next online husband, who is Uncle Pascal. Uncle Pasiva, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How you
That
doing?
is great. It's good to see you. It's always good to see you. Thank you for being patient as well
Likewise.
today.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. How's your week been? You have a great week?
Yeah, it's been
That's
great.
good. That's fantastic. Okay, let's go to my sister, my own sister, Nene B. Hi, Nene. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing okay. Alhamdulillah. I can't complain.
That's
It's
good.
been a very hectic week.
That's great. The Ramadan is finished now, so there's no need to be complaining about Ramadan anymore. So now I've got you on screen now. So hopefully you're gonna help me today with the guys. So we have to fight our corner, because these guys, these two men over here, trust me, sis, they're tough.
All right.
So I need a backup plan today with them, basically. That's why I got you here. So thank you. And I'm your host, the Calabash Princess, your girl, Frances K. So now, let's start this program. Today, as I said, this is the launching of the Calabash Network. And I'm actually bringing different people and showing how I'm actually going to be doing it, basically, on screen. So if you can share the video, invite a friend to invite a friend, and you can comment. At the moment, I tried today to get the WhatsApp going so we can all be able to call to the WhatsApp line. Apparently, the devil had it for me. We couldn't get it working. So hopefully by next week, it will be working again. So before I actually go any further, let me actually bring the topic in, because this topic today is about forgiveness on the channel. As I said, the launching day is going to be about forgiveness. We have to learn to forgive each other. So the topic that we're having with this particular conversation is, what are the benefits or detriment of forgiveness in a relationship? Because when it comes to forgiveness in a relationship, it's very thorough. So I will start first with Uncle Cal. Uncle Cal, when it comes to forgiveness in the relationship, what is your take on it?
Forgiveness is something that, as you say, is very, very important. A lot of people in relationships would say, I will forgive you, and they actually don't. The words are there for forgiveness, the heart is even there for forgiveness, but the mind won't let it go. And when something else arises or something comes up, that part that you said, I have forgiven, gets added to the argument or disagreement, and it intensifies and is brought back up. And if forgiveness was there, it shouldn't have been coming back up. So it can be very detrimental to a relationship if forgiveness isn't actually done. The
Absolutely. I
true
believe in that
forgiveness.
too.
Yeah.
I do believe in that too. It can be very detrimental to a relationship. I'm going to come back to one thing you said. But before I go into it, let me actually ask Auntie Nanette this time around. Auntie Nanette, what is your take on forgiveness in a relationship? Do you think people are supposed to be forgiving in a relationship or not?
Uh, I won't say yes, I won't say no. It all depends. Like I said, in a relationship, forgiveness is all about the remorse, how remorseful you are, how truthful you are, and how honest you are in asking for forgiveness. If you are genuinely remorseful and you are really truthful and sincere, you want forgiveness, and you're not going to repeat what you're asking forgiveness for, then I think forgiveness should be forgiven. But in another case where you're not remorseful, okay, I'm sorry, you complain too much. Okay, I'm sorry. That's not remorseful. That's just saying sorry just to keep it going. For me, I still have a problem with that. So forgiveness for me, it can be yes, it can be no. It all depends on the one that is asking for forgiveness. Are they going to do the same thing and come back again and ask for forgiveness? Is it going to be a pattern? So there's a lot of question and asking for forgiveness. So forgiveness, we ask God for forgiveness every day. But when we ask for forgiveness to one another, to each another, are we really remorseful? Are we not going to repeat what we are asking forgiveness for? So that's going to be my own question. I can forgive if someone is very remorseful and they're not going to repeat the same thing.
That's good. Thank you, Nene. Thank you for that, really. So, Uncle Pascal, we hear what Auntie Nene have said and Uncle Carl have said, right? Let's take it from your point of
Yeah.
view, right? When it comes to
Okay.
forgiveness in a relationship, I know you're very controversial and you always see things from a different angle. So, how do you see this one, forgiveness in a relationship?
Okay. So, for me, I feel forgiveness is very, very important. Um, I have grown to understand that forgiveness will help you yourself. Um, I don't care if the person is remorseful or not. I just want to forgive them so that I can have my own inner peace. You know, I think that is what all forgiveness is all about. Even God said, He said we should forgive. If we should forgive others so that our sins can be forgiven. If you don't forgive people, whatever they do, when you pray, sometimes your prayer will not be answered that instantly, or will not be answered at all. So I've grown to understand that it's good to forgive, and since I started practicing that, I have more peace. So if I forgive you today, you do the same thing the next time. I have forgiven you, but the thing is, I'm not going to deal with you again. But I will always learn to forgive. That's my take on it.
Forgiveness is key. I believe that too. I believe forgiveness is key in every single thing we're doing. Because, as Uncle Pascal said, we forgive people for ourselves. We don't forgive people because of what other people say or what they've done to us. So we forgive because we want to forgive. We forgive because it's important for our spirit, our soul to be forgiven. But then I want to touch on what Uncle Carl said earlier on. He said, I will forgive, but I'm trying to see what he actually said. I will forgive, but they don't. I'm trying to
They
remember
don't
what he
really
said. You see, I've
forgive.
actually lost it really.
They don't.
Remorseful,
They don't.
truthfulness, and depend upon the situation. Uncle Carl, did he? Because I'm trying to remember what you just said. I got it down, but the
Yeah,
paper
that
just
that
fell.
was actually that was actually Nene. Nene. And forgive me if I'm saying your name wrong. I get used to it.
It's all right.
However, what I was saying is that true forgiveness has to be there. Some people say that I forgive you, but they don't forgive totally. They don't forgive completely. And I think it's really important to learn how to forgive completely, because if not, it will turn back up in a relationship, and like I said, it would be very detrimental to that relationship when you haven't forgiven completely. uh, Forgiveness is something that you'll never forget what it is that hurt you. If it hurt, if it hit your soul, even, that is not something you're going to forget. However, if you're going to forgive, it has to be something that you have to let go, and that leans back to what Pascal says. Because if you don't learn to forgive it for yourself, okay, number one, it will be cancerous to you. It will become a cancer and spread throughout you, and that would be the thing that when something else comes about, it would actually cause you to remember what you didn't forgive and add it to the current situation. And after a buildup of that, there's really no coming back, you know.
I believe in that too, because forgiveness is really it's difficult. In my perspective, in my take, it's difficult to forgive. It's okay for us to say, "Oh yeah, I forgive this person." You get me? You can say, "Oh, I forgive this person," but do you truly, really forgive them from the bottom of your heart? Because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
we say, yes, I've forgiven this person. It's okay. Whatever they've done for me to me, let me just forgive them and move on. But do we truly, really forgive them? Because it's okay to say the word, I've forgiven you, but do you deep down your mind forgive them? Do you think forgiveness should be one of the key in any relationship we do? Uncle Pascal, what do you think about that? Forgiveness in relationship.
Yes, yes, I feel forgiveness is very important, and I've seen cases where people got divorced and they still hold grudges. So for that reason, they don't have peace. You see them keep fighting. Even if one person is forgiven, the other one is not, you see they don't have peace. If you look at situations where people have divorced and both of them forgive each other, they carry on, they go on to the extent that um, the new spouse will be like a family. They come together as family. I think that the benefits of forgiving is very important. For me as a person, I have, like I said, I have learned how to forgive. It doesn't mean that I have forgotten. If I forgive you, first time, second time, I'm not going to wait for the third time for you to do the same thing. That doesn't mean I've not forgiven you, but I will have to go on with my life. It is when you don't forgive, you have grudges. I mean, it's a big weight. It weighs you down in so many areas. So I just feel forgiveness is very important, and it should be something that we all have to learn. I know it can be difficult, it can be hard, but if you can practice how to forgive, it's going to help you in a long way. you know
That's true. So we all need to practice how to forgive because forgiveness is key in life. And Tina, have you ever been in a situation whereby to forgive is really difficult?
Yes, it is very difficult when the person asking forgiveness has another motive, and they are not being really remorseful
Remorseful.
of what they've done. So, like I said first, like Pascal said, you can forgive for you to be able to free, to move on, to not hold someone in your heart and occupy them and let them take that energy out of you when they are not even part of your life. So you can forgive just for you to move on, to be able to, we all ask God for forgiveness, so we have to forgive and move on. But there's another part of forgiveness. My sister Frances is like, you want me to forgive you for what you have done to me that has hurt me so much. Not only you want me to forgive you, but you want to be back in my life. But I have to see kind of remorse, because there is something about forgiveness that where some people hurt you and it's by mistake, or maybe they've said something to you that you've taken very offensive and they haven't seen it that way. So that's another forgiveness. If I have to forgive someone completely in my heart, I don't have to start moaning about it again, going back and forth. Once you forgive, you forgive. You cannot forget, like what Pascal said and my other brother, but you have forgiven them. You move on from that. But they have to be very, very remorseful. And it's not going to be like a repeating task that you have to do it and come and ask for forgiveness. You do it again, you come and ask for forgiveness. Because some of our people, what they'll do, that one, when I see her at an event, I'm going to slap her. And what I will do before she goes to police, if the case goes out, I'll not get people and come and beg. They will even go down on their knees. They'll go on the floor and beg you after embarrassing you in a public place, after hurting you so much. And they are begging you with a remorse, not because they are remorseful, because they don't want the matter to go to court. So those kind of forgiveness, I will openly say, I forgive you for the grace of God, but I will not be able to go close to you. That will be for my own goodness in that side.
I agree with you in that element, really, because I really do agree in that element. Because you have, especially when it comes to relationship, you have certain relationship in our community, especially in the African community. They will go out there fighting people, disgracing their partner, right, in front of everyone else, and then they come back asking you for forgiveness. And after that forgiveness, you give them the next day. Let me say, give them a week. They're back to the exact same place where you actually met them. It's going to be the exact same place, the exact environment, the exact same place. And then they want you to be forgiving them over and over and over and over again all the time. Uncle Pascal, Uncle
Yes.
Carl, when it comes to forgiveness in a relationship, have you ever been in that situation whereby forgiving someone is very difficult for you?
The question is to me or to Mr. Carl?
Any of both of you?
Mr. Carl can go on first. He's my
Uncle
boss.
Carl. Is Uncle Pascal.
Okay, we're talking about forgiveness in a relationship. For me, I want to clarify the type of forgiveness. For our sister Nene here, certain forgiveness, when you're looking for remorse in it, if it's something that you want remorse for, what is the uh, assault? Because if someone does something to you, whether it's physical or non-physical, it assaults, number one, your integrity, your intelligence, and your character. And the reason you want that forgiveness is because you've been hurt by this thing. And some people can actually put on a act of forgiveness, like she says, because they're wanting to be forgiven in order to not to be in trouble in whatever area that charge that they've been uh, needing to be forgiven for is in or at that moment, whatever that account is, they don't want to have the effect of what they've done. So they want to say, forgive me, and they will put on a good front of being sorry, but they're really not. So you have some things that are unforgivable. And the reason I say that is not that you don't forgive them and move on for yourself, but you won't forgive it enough to say, I want to stay in this relationship and move forward because now the trust has been broken. So when it comes to in a relationship, I want to talk about the forgiveness for things that maybe, say, a person has taken an account that you both are sharing because you are in a relationship, marriage in particular, and they've taken all the money and spent it on something they felt would be an investment and they lost out, but they didn't tell you what they were doing. They just went on ahead and done it without talking it out. Now all of your savings have been lost behind it.
Mhm.
At this point, there should be forgiveness or non forgiveness compared to if a person cheat on you with another person. Is that something forgivable? Some people consider finance even worse than cheating or defiling the bed. Some people consider defiling the bed worse than my finances. So it all depends on the individual. Remorse in this point, when it comes to the finance, what kind of remorse are you looking for? Because the remorse that you're looking for, it stems from justification for their action. I need you to explain to me why you did this. Help me understand why you did it. So the asking of forgiveness when they're apologizing, for me, that remorse that you're looking for is an explanation to help you understand it. Because you just don't get why you would do such a thing if you love me. And the second
Hmm.
part is, I would have never done that to you. So I really need to know why you did it. And while you're explaining this to me, I want to see where your heart truly is. Because if I don't see a change of venue in what you have done in purity, I don't want this anymore.
That's so
I
true.
see.
You know.
That's deep.
So
Auntie Nene, I see you shaking your head there. What do you want to say to it?
Yeah, it's absolutely true what he's saying here. But for me, when it comes to finances, if you've done something wrong, maybe he that person meant well, and then everything went wrong. Like my brother said, is like when you explain it to me, I need to understand that this was a mistake. I need to understand that you did not intend for this to be a mistake. It just happened because you didn't probably didn't get enough information. You didn't know what you're getting yourself into. You meant well that it was gonna multiply and we're gonna enjoy the finances that will come after it. But the other part of it for me is, have you learned from that mistake that is not gonna happen again? That's my own issue. Have you learned from it? Because it's like having a gambler. They will gamble £100 and lose it and say, "Oh, it was a mistake. I made a wrong choice. I shouldn't have choose that team. I should have chose that horse. I should have choose that. I should have choose that." And next time they'll go back and say, "Oh, I didn't choose the right team. So instead of choosing Arsenal, this time I'm going to choose Man United. They're going to win." They're taking the chances the second time. So for me, that's not a mistake that happens that has a remorse that they are coming to ask for forgiveness, because they're going to do it back again. So for coming to finances, like he said, if you make a mistake for us to better ourselves, to grow, and then it went wrong, and you explain it to me, I'm able to understand. I'll forgive, as long as you've learned from it and it's not going to happen. Because if it happens 2 3 times, it's going to cost us, and that's our savings, that's our life, that's making us grow from one level to another. So you're bringing us back. So I don't want to be in that kind of a relationship.
Okay, I understand where you're coming from, basically, Auntie Nene. Because for me, I understand that completely. Because one thing, especially our African brothers, I'm not only going to say Sierra Leonean brother, well, some of our African brothers, it's difficult to forgive and let go. Because sometimes you said to yourself, "Oh, I thought I've let go. I thought I've forgiven you." But then they'll actually make the same mistake when it comes to finances. They'll make the same mistake when it comes to cheating. They keep going on with the same mistakes. And it's quite difficult. Sometimes we say, "Okay, let me forgive. Let me open my mind because I believe in forgiveness. No matter what the person does to me, I forgive and I let go completely." But am I going to bring you back into my space? That is the real issue for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I forgive
Yeah.
you in a relationship, am I actually going to bring you back into my space after forgiving you? Because that is okay for you to up me. I don't mind that because I've forgiven you. But when I forgive you, am I going to bring you back into my space? Because I believe if I bring you back into my space, then I'm opening up a new kind of worm for you to actually up me and up me again. Because what's going to tell me that in the first place, you're not going to do it again, that I've forgiven you. So when you're forgiving people, you don't forgive them because of them or what they're about to do to you again. I believe in forgiveness and free in your mind. I free my soul, I free my mind, and that is the reason why I'm forgiving you. I'm letting go because I want to set myself free. That is why I'm letting go in a relationship. So the moment I forgive you doesn't mean I want to take you back. It doesn't mean I want you back. It doesn't mean I want to be around you again. It doesn't mean I want to go through the same trauma. Because what tells me that if I let go of you right now, you're not going to bring the same trauma back to me. So to me, forgiveness is in a different level. I can forgive
Absolutely.
when I'm husband and wife together in the same house. I can actually forgive that. And I could say to myself, okay, for the like the way our people used to say it, for the sake of the pekin, make a beer. Just for the sake of the kids, let me actually just be in that relationship. And you're getting hurt once, twice, three times over and over again, and you keep forgiving and over and over. Some people even die in relationship through that because they keep forgiving their partner all the time. So to me personally, if that person has actually showed you their true colors, they show you exactly who they are from the onset of the relationship, and you decided to keep forgiving and going forward with it, hoping they're gonna change, that is acceptance. You've already accept that level of relationship. Not that you've forgiven, you've already accepted within your soul. So you're gonna live with it. So when it comes to like relationship issue with me, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna forgive, but in a certain limit. And once I know that my peace is being actually disturbed in certain ways, I'm gonna let go. I'll forgive you and let you free. And let go. Basically, I forgive you, set you free, and set myself free. That is what I believe a lot of people need to learn. We need to learn not to hold on to things that are hurting us. We need to learn not to hold on to things that are everyday tormenting our soul and our spirit. So if we say we forgive in something, doesn't mean we need to forgive them and be around them. I can forgive you and keep you in a distance. So that's the way I'm coming from it. That's the point of view I look at it, basically. And Uncle Pascal, you didn't answer the question. Uncle Carlos actually spoke about it. So go on. What is your own opinion about forgiveness, and have you ever been up before?
Okay, so I'm one of those that back in the days, I'm the type that will be like, I don't forgive, only God forgive. I used to be like that. I don't forgive. I even have shirts that it's written on it. So my friends, my peers, they know me like that. They will tell you that man don't forgive. But I was still young then. Um, when I started growing up, reading the Word of God, um, getting self-realization, then I know I need to learn how to forgive. And sometimes the way I forgive, people say I am mean, which I don't care. If you learn how to forgive people, that's why they say I'm really controversial. If you learn how to forgive, people will think that you don't care. Let me explain it this way. They said first time is a mistake, second, tenth time is a blunder. It's no longer a mistake. So if you make a mistake, I will say the kind of mistake you made. We'll talk about it, you know, and we let it go if it needs to be, let go. Then when you do it the second time, it's no longer a mistake. It's part of you. There are characters a lot of people have that is part of them. There's nothing you can do for them to change. You know, So for me to hold grudges within myself, I will forgive you. Will be good, like I said earlier. But that space, I think it will be limited. That time. Whatever we're sharing will be limited because I'm still watching you. If you're going to redeem, people redeem, of course, at the end of the day. If you're redeemed and I have a spot hard, and spot for you, I might decide to take you back or let's be friends again. I have I have been in situations where I have friends, male friends. They did something. I'm not gonna say they were wrong. I might be wrong as well, but something really tough. At the end of the day, we don't talk. And I don't feel good when we go out in gathering. We'll be together. I'm not talking to this guy. This is the person we talked before. I'm not fine with that. I can't contain it. So I have always gone to meet them and tell them, you know what, bro, please, whatever happened in the past, let's forget about it. We drink to it and all that. But the way we used to be, it's not going to be like that. So I have forgiven you. For me, the benefit is what I am after. I want to feel good. I don't want to carry grudges. That is why I've learned how to forgive. So me forgiving you, like you said, Miss K, doesn't mean I will let you in. So it depends on how I perceive you after you've asked for forgiveness. Like I said, first time is a mistake, second, third time is a blunder. So when you keep doing it, it's part of you. There are people that have characters that they can't change from. There's nothing you can do. If they are cheating, they will always cheat.
Yeah.
It's part of them. So when you realize that, why would you want to be in that same situation when you know it's going to hurt you? So it's better you let it go. Forgive the person. You guys can be friends, still talk, still chat. Because
Absolutely.
I believe in this
Yes.
world, everybody is useful. You feel me? Everybody is useful. Tomorrow I
Absolutely.
can be somewhere. Oh, please, can you help me run this errand? I can't be there. So that is what forgiveness can also give. But that doesn't mean you are dealing with that person in the same capacity you were dealing with the person before. So I strongly believe in forgiveness. It's something that I've learned and is working for me really good.
Okay, thank you very much, Uncle Pascal, for those kind words. Today you've been very kind, actually. I'm a bit confused.
Oh,
Uncle
I'm a
Cal,
controversial guy, but when it comes to forgiveness, I'm really big in it. It helps
I'm a
me,
bit,
man. It
I'm a bit
does.
confused, Uncle Pascal. Uncle Cal, Uncle Pascal is being very nice today. I'm a bit confused, really. I
Yes,
don't
he
I'm a
know.
nice
is.
man.
Yes, he
Maybe it's
is.
the
Yes, he is.
European breeze
Well,
that's actually
I
blowing
really
him.
think that this topic today uh,
Yeah.
won't have any controversial to it
Yeah,
as much as it's going to have help toward getting people to forgive, because each one of us on this panel has had something that happened to us to where we really understand what the what the pain is that come from someone that has hurt you, and we understand uh, the trouble that unforgiveness in our heart brings into our lives. So, but there are scenarios, and I think that right now we need to truly focus on some scenarios that people are in, that they get confused between forgiving in a relationship and, like you say, forgiving and getting out of a relationship
yes.
when it's something that's going to be effective to you, like Uncle Pascal has said. Let's say, in a sense, let's use the word remorse forgiveness. I'll forgive you if you're remorseful. Sometimes that works, but in a relationship, when you have a particular circumstance that has happened, do you really even want to deal with the remorse? Now we go back to what Princess Calabash is saying about, I forgive you for myself, but it's at a distance. For instance, a man that you have been with, that you got to know, you felt that this person is wonderful, or a woman that you have gotten with, you got to know, and you felt like they're wonderful people. You dated for 2 years, got to know that person, decided you're going to get married, and in the third year you get married, and 2 years later something happens to either he or she gets drunk, or he or she loses something like a job that's important to them, and that person comes and bring their problem, whatever it is, into the home, and you begin to argue, and the next thing you know, he or she has hit the person that they so-called love.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hit them, not slap, hit.
Yeah. Eat them.
Now, once it's done, you get them with that look like, oh my God, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. Now, this remorse, tears will come out of the eye, whether it's the male or the female that has done it, and you will feel remorse coming from that person. Now, does that play into this situation where you would stay in the relationship, or will you not believe in it, or say, I'm going to forgive them, but you really don't trust them? So now, the next time this person even raised their voice, you're going to be like, oh, and that forgiveness, what you thought was a forgiveness, has a fear attached to it, and you don't trust it.
Hmm.
And also, if that person will do it again, you have no idea. But you hang in it because you love that person and you want to be with that person. So, what do you do in that situation? What type of forgiveness is there for that?
That's a big one. That's a really, really big question
Hmm.
right there. Uncle Pascal,
Massive
what do you
one.
think of that? Auntie Nene.
Um, yes, that is why I said first time is a mistake.
Hmm.
When you say it's a mistake, accept because it's a mistake. It's not something you did intentionally. That's what you think. That's what you're perceiving. But when it happens the second time, because for me, I don't feel it will make any sense for me to say I forgive you, but I don't trust you. So meaning I'm still going to deal with you. We'll still be in the same space, and I don't trust you. I can't deal with that because one, I'm hurting myself too. Because when I come home, I don't. Because one thing, when you are hurt, most especially when it comes to relationship, it cuts really deep. You know. So when I can't trust you. If I can't trust you, why would I want to be in the same space with you? Getting myself hurt. That is why you see a lot of people have high blood pressure. People are going. They're having mental, whatever it's called.
Breakdown.
People are
Yes.
sick. Yeah, mental breakdown. Some people commit suicide even because you keep forgiving,
Yeah.
and this person keep hurting you back.
Yes.
So I have this philosophy. Once you do something, at first time I feel is a mistake. If I really like you, second time you do it again, third time I'm not going to let you do it. Most times I won't even give you the second chance. I will deal with you from afar. You know,
Yeah, I
that
understand
is
that.
how I have come to train myself.
Okay.
You
Let me
know, that
actually read
doesn't.
this
I
for
have
you
forgiven
guys.
you, but I've forgiven you, but I want to go on.
Absolutely. I
So
100%
when you
agree
do it the
with you there.
second time, that means it's part of you. You know.
For once, Uncle Carla, 100% agree with Uncle Pascal. That is something, isn't it? I agree with Uncle Pascal 100%. That's something, Auntie Nene, trust me. We don't see eye to eye on
Whoa.
this platform. I want to read something that I've got here. I took this out today, right? This person said, I pick it from the internet. Someone said under a comment of a professional counselor. They said, I want to forgive someone, but I am unable to do it. Even upon receiving an apology from him, I'm unable to still forgive him and let go of it. I am still not able to forget the things that he did to me, or even the pain I've actually gone through. Am I normal, or is it normal for me to feel this way? Or is there something wrong with me? So basically, that person, they want to forgive, right? But they're unable to forgive because of the pain and the trauma in which they've been through. So is it right that if someone has caused you so much pain, someone has caused you so much trauma, that you're unable to forgive this person? Because forgiveness comes within. As we said, you forgive to free yourself. But sometimes whenever you see the person, or see the pain that that person has actually inflicted in you, it's very, very difficult to forgive and let go of that thing. Auntie Nanette, what's your take on it?
I think we are coming back to the beginning where we start. What my brother Pascal and Carl have said is like forgiveness It's not just for the person, it's for yourself.
Yeah.
In this case, according to the comment that you just read, Francis, I think that person should forgive because they need to move on.
Yeah.
They need to let go. If someone has done you wrong and they occupy that time in your heart and they take that space in your mind, you're always thinking about them, what they've done to you. You're not going to be able to move on. So you do forgiveness for you to move on, not because you've forgiven them for what they've done. You are doing it because you want to move on and you want to be free. That's one way to do forgiveness. Let me go back to what my brother Carl was saying. For me, forgiveness, being a Muslim, it's mandatory, I would say, for you to forgive because you ask God to forgive you. But when it comes to forgiveness in a relationship, in a family, in a friendship, all those categories for me fall in a different levels. One, Francis, in a relationship, it's something I can continue, it's something I can discontinue. When it comes to friendship, it's something I can continue, it's something I can discontinue. It's my choice. But when it comes to family, it's very hard. So when it comes to family, if you've done something to me and you've apologized, you've asked for forgiveness, even if you're not remorseful, I'll just let it go because I have to deal with you anyway. You are my blood. I have got no choice. But the only thing I will learn how to spread with you, how to be part of you, how you can be part of my life, or how I can be part of your life. We can go to family gatherings, hello and bye, and being nice doesn't cost anything. It keeps the peace in the family. But in a relationship, if something in the long run I know is making me unhappy, it's causing me to have doubts, and I don't trust you anymore, it's not a relationship that survive. So for me, I'd rather sit you down and say, I have forgiven you not just for yourself, but for myself, because I want to be able to free myself and able to be move on. And I seek forgiveness as well. But I will not be able to be in the same position with you I was before you did what you did. So I will not be able to carry on. But I will forgive you so we can be civil to each other. That's how I will do it. It's a very broad thing you are talking about. Forgiveness all depends. I cannot forgive somebody and behind my mind, as soon as I talk to somebody that he might be dating that girl again he's talking to. He asked me forgiveness last month. This one is no, that's not forgiveness. Forgiveness and you let it go, but you don't forget about it. But you don't go on about it. Like we women, sometimes they will talk about it on and on and on and on and on, and even make the person that is get fed up. Like
Yes.
I'm tired. How many times do you want me to ask for forgiveness for one thing? You know, if you forgive me, forgive me. If you don't forgive me, you don't forgive me. But once I forgive you, I will not bring it up, except you repeat that same thing. Except you repeat it and it's hurting me, I'll put you down and say, that's it for me. Like my brother Pascal is saying, once is forgiving is a mistake, second is being stupid. I'll use the word stupid. That you're taking a ride on me. It's not going to happen. I'm done.
That's deep. That's really deep. Uncle Cal, that is really deep what our sister just said there. Because
Very much
forgiveness
so.
is different
Very
level.
much so.
Yeah.
I would think that one would have to get counseling for addressing the read that you just gave. That person would need counseling because they want to forgive, but psychologically, it's torturing them. They have now been traumatized. Okay. Traumatization is not something easily dealt with just by you talking to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You need an outside source. Usually, you can get a family member or a friend or somebody to talk to you. But what happens with that type of trauma is that you're used to the person that's talking to you and you won't look at them in the light that needs to be looked at. Someone who's impartial completely to your lifestyle that will give you professional assistance in helping you to get out what's necessary to get out of you. And what's needed to be done in that type of situation is you need to know what is happening to you, because the person that has hurt you, whether it's a relationship or whether it's a uncle or auntie, maybe that raped a girl or molested a child and is in the family.
Exactly.
Okay, that type of stuff is hard to say. Oh, I forgive you. Let's just go on. Peace.
Yeah.
No. So what needs to be done is that sometimes the person that has offended you moves on in life. Years go by and they have built up. They probably even become millionaires and just living their life.
Yes.
And they out there just partying, and you're still within yourself,
That's it.
wherever you are, remembering every time you see that person. Oh my God, it hurts. You are allowing that person to have power and dominion over your life. That cannot be.
Absolutely.
You have to take control of your life. The forgiveness is for you to move forward, to go on in life. And if you're still holding on to that, that person is living life and you're still soaking in what has happened to you that they have done. And it's causing you to have resentment. It's causing you to have frustration. It brings your spirit down and you begin to go into a depression. And that type of stuff can affect your life in the in today and affect your life tomorrow if you don't learn to not let that person have that type of power over your own life. The forgiveness is for you to regain power in your life in order for you to move forward and do things that get you into better places in life.
I
Absolutely.
definitely 100% agree with you there, Uncle Carl, because I love what you just said. And you bring that topic up in a very subtle way. Because it's very, very, as an abuse victim myself, it's very difficult to actually forgive when it comes to that instant. And it's very difficult to forget as well, because sometimes it's family that did it. And, there's so much you can do about it. And sometimes they cover it up in the family and things like that. And whenever you see that person, the anger, the rage still come out of you, basically. So it's very difficult to let go in that situation and forgive people in that situation, basically. I believe in life that we all have this thing in we, whereby I always say, we tell people, oh, the devil is the one that gave me this opportunity. It was the devil that made me did what I did. So please forgive me. It was not really my doing. But we have to remember the devil didn't hold our hands when we go into the bank to do things. The
Hmm.
devil never be around us when we're doing everything good. It's only when we're doing anything bad that is when we call the devil name, like, oh, it was the devil, so forgive me. To me, the moment you actually said those words, it's like you're conscious of what you did, and you're blaming it on someone else. And when it comes to abuse, oh, Uncle Carl, you just touch a different level, a different nerve when it comes to that in me. Because it's a difficult one to forgive. I wouldn't lie, I preach about forgiveness all the time, letting go, forgiveness. I've been to several counseling, I've seen shrinks, I've seen psychologists, but it's difficult to forgive in that instant and let go. It is.
Hmm.
It's very extremely difficult to forgive in that situation and let it go, because it triggers memory. Years down the line, it triggers something, just small thing you might do that triggers that memory. And as you said, they might have moved on with their life, they're living their life, and everyone is moved on and move forward with their life. But it does trigger something. And as I said, we had a show recently on this platform, all of us, which I thank God for, and I bless all of you, especially Uncle Carl, Uncle Pascal. We had a show regarding some similar subject, really, about a couple of months ago, about a month or two ago. And after watching that program, you wouldn't believe it, someone that actually did me wrong years ago called me up and apologized. They
Hmm.
apologized to me and said they're sorry for whatever they've done to me during that time as a kid. And within my spirit, something actually lifts that burden out of me. And within myself, I forgive them freely. And it's like, I wish I was close to them, like to give them a hug, just for someone to actually felt that free. I believe they've been carrying that as well with them. So for every time they see me online and see things that I'm doing, that thing is with them. So I just believe sometimes if even someone have done you wrong, ask for forgiveness. Asking for forgiveness is another thing. Forgiving yourself is a separate entity of its own. You forgiving others is completely different, but when you ask for forgiveness, it's another thing as well. Because you're not only forgiving you, the other person that you're asking from that forgiveness for is also being feel, set free. In my instance, I was set free that day. That night that person inboxed me and said, I apologize for all the things I did you when you were young. I apologize. He set me free. He set him free. I could felt it in his voice. I could felt it in his writing. He set him free and he set me free. I felt free. I felt relief. It's like he pulled the burden off me. It's like I forgive every single person that have done me wrong when I was a child just by him asking for forgiveness. So to me, it's a very powerful tool. We have to learn how to forgive other people. We need to learn how to forgive people around our community. We need to learn how to forgive each other, to me, which is very, very important. We need to learn how to forgive each other. We need to learn how to forgive ourselves. We need to learn how to to ask for forgiveness. Sorry. When you ask for forgiveness, that is the other thing I'm coming into, asking for forgiveness. As I said, I've given my own story. When you ask for forgiveness, is the ultimate key in life. You never know. You might be
Absolutely.
setting yourself free
Absolutely.
and setting other people free. Uncle Pascal, have you ever been in a situation before where you actually asked for forgiveness from someone?
Yes, countless times, not
That is
just
good.
one. Um, I've had situation where I know I did
I
wrong.
don't need to say.
Sometimes we don't accept when we do wrong. It takes a strong heart or a good heart for you to realize that, oh, I think I did wrong. There are times I will have arguments, how friends have arguments. At the end of the day, I will go back home, I will sit down, memorize all what we talked about. Then I'll be like, okay, I think I'm wrong. Even I think the way I speak with this person, I was too I was too high. I'll call the person the next day and say, yo, bro, man, I'm so sorry. The person will be like, no, no, it's okay. I have that, whatever I'm having inside of me, I have released it. So I feel when you ask for forgiveness, you are also forgiving yourself. So I've been in such situations where I always ask for forgiveness. And it's not difficult for me to say I'm sorry. For me to sorry, when I know I'm wrong. Even most times when I know I'm not even wrong, I'm right, just for peace to reign, I'll just say, you know what, I'm sorry for this or that, you know. So that's the kind of person that I am. And for whoever that wrote that comment, the person should learn. Um, Go if it is therapy, go for therapy. Read the Word of God. You know, try to because if you don't forgive the person, because the way you read it, the person still have pain inside of him or her. But when you learn to forgive, you will see you've lifted that burden out from you and you have peace. It's like magic. It's something that I feel. You know, I don't need to go to therapy. I read books. I listen to podcasts. I think whatever we want, when we seek it, we'll find it. Seek, you shall find. If you want to seek, if you are looking for peace, seek for peace. Read about it. It's gonna. Okay, there's a situation where we're talking about abuse. There's a situation where abuse took place, and it was right here in the US. And you know how it is in the US. Once the person hasn't gotten his citizenship or even green card or working permit, and when you tell the cops, that person is going to be in big problem.
Yes.
I think they will put your name in the database that you are whatever. So at the end of the day, these people they went to report. And they were still looking for this guy because what the guy did was really terrible. It was disturbing the family. And the guy that committed this crime is a family, real close family. So the person was running. The person can't have his documents situated. He can't walk. So you can imagine the kind of life the person is living. But at the end of the day, they allowed everything to go away. They didn't call the cops again. The cops keep calling. They're like, it's okay. They didn't say. But they've made a decision at first by reporting the case. But they stopped that thing to bother them and they lived on. So whoever sent that message, I will advise go seek therapy, learn how to forgive. And that is why it is important. When you forgive, it doesn't mean you need to bring that person into your space. Let the person go. Somebody was saying sometimes you forgive people, then you see they are going on with their life, they are doing well, let them be millionaire or whatever. The day God will touch the person's heart, except the person is evil, the person will call you and ask for forgiveness. And the reason why it's good for you to forgive, when you go on with your life, this person will be somewhere watching you excelling. Just like your case, Princess Calabash. The person called you to apologize. You know why? Because you were going on with your life. If you had kept that grudges, it's a big load. You might not even aim to where you're going to because this thing is sometimes it's like you having a scar. Every time you look at the scar, you remember. But are
It's
you
true.
going to dwell with that?
It's true.
You
I
know,
agree with you
remember
there.
then let it go.
I agree
Yeah.
with
So
you.
that's what I see.
It
You
is.
know,
It's very difficult in that situation, really, to forgive. But
it
sometimes
is.
in certain things, it's better to forgive and just, let go and just move on with your life. Basically, you forgive, you let go, and you let it settle, and you moved on with your life. I think is the best thing. So forgiveness is key in everything in life. We're coming towards the end of our program, but then before we go, I actually want us to talk about this. Uncle Pascal, I'll start. No, Uncle Carl. I'll start with Uncle Carl up on my right hand side. I keep mixing the two of your name. Uncle Carl, when it comes to forgiveness in a relationship, basically, when I say relationship, I mean your close family relationship, your kids, your mom, your dad, your wife, your husband, for me and Nene, if we ever gonna. But when it comes to forgiveness in a close family relationship, is it harder? Is it more difficult to do that forgiveness, or is it easier?
Absolutely, it's harder. I think Nene hit the hammer on the nail on the head,
On the
whatever
head,
it's called.
yeah.
Um, when she said that this is family. It's not like you can say I don't forgive you and you're not going to see that person ever again. No, surprise, they're right there. Um, how they hurt you, being that they are family, cuts deep. You know, so having to forgive in that situation is harder because it's close to home. You have a circle, I would like to call it, of people, a circle of people in your circle, in your heart.
Yeah.
Only a few people there. People can hurt you outside that circle. It's like, really? That's the way it is? Okay, I know not to deal with you again. Okay. But the person inside that circle is like, are you serious? You know me. You know that hurt. You know, why would you even, the whys come out. So, the forgiveness within a family is essential. I mean, it's crucial. And it falls back on the remorse that she talks about as well. I talked about this in another talk show. For the person who is asking for forgiveness, um, I've had to apologize for things, and I was never even wrong. I had to repeat that. I had to apologize and ask forgiveness for some things, and I wasn't even wrong. But I have this thought process, especially for close family, because close family is someone you have to deal with. Whatever it is, that made that person upset, that made that person cry, made that person get teed off and yell and scream, made that person get quiet because some people get quiet when they're angry and hurt and they won't talk to you again and you have to ask what is wrong, what happened. Whatever that is, whether they are right about it or wrong about it, the bottom line is they're hurt. At that moment, or at that moment in the past, depending on who you're dealing with, they are genuinely not acting, not putting on a show. Their heart has been hurt. So you address the pain first. And the way you address the pain first is not to say, I didn't do this or I didn't do that. You step outside because, see, love is compassionate, love is unselfish, love is kind. And then you have all three of those elements and you understand that, you're going to have compassion on the idea, even if you're not wrong about it, that they are hurting. You're going to think about them first. So now you want to address the hurt. I am so sorry that you got hurt. I'm so sorry I made you feel this way. I'm so sorry that I caused this to be such a problem up to this day. And once they see that element of it, that's the remorse. I'm truly remorseful, even though I feel like I haven't done nothing wrong. But I'm not going to tell you what you're wrong about your accusation yet. I'm going to talk to you about your hurt, and we're going to fix that first. Now, when it's all said and done, they're going to ask you, why did you do that? Now you can say, can I explain something to you? And you explain the circumstance. Oh, I thought, yeah, I know. And I apologize if I insinuated that. I apologize if I made you think anything like that. And I'm really sorry you're hurt, but that's not what I did. Now we can move on, you see. But a lot of people don't think that way. So the person who's accused of hurting won't think that way because of pride, and they'll try to go off the handle at you when you're mad,
Absolutely.
and then when
That's
you're,
so true. That is so true.
you know.
I agree with you there, Uncle Carl. It's difficult really when it comes to family relationship. I couldn't have explained it any better because your family is in your heart. They've got a special place right in there, as you
Hmm.
say, and it's difficult when the peers that the moment the pierce
Hmm.
that to do that forgiveness is difficult because you're thinking this is backstabbing. This is my family. How can my family betray me in that manner? How can my family be with me in that aspect? So it's really, really difficult. Uncle Pascal, I'm gonna ask you this question as we get along towards going off the show, really. When it comes to relationship, and it comes to forgiveness within the business community, right? Like you've got a business partner and you trust this person with all your soul and all your heart. And you've got a best friend. You know, some of us actually carry like, okay, this is my best friend. This is like a brother or sister to me. They're best of friends, but they're not family. And then that person actually hurt you really, really bad in a business relationship, in a family relationship. How does that make you feel? How do you feel in that moment?
Okay, so when you say hurt you bad, is it like betrayal?
It
Is it
can be
like double
betrayal,
crossing?
it can be anything, it can be betrayal, it can be a bunch
Yeah,
of
because
different
you
things
can hurt
basically.
me in the sense that you took some money, but we are working together. You took some money because of some important issue. I can forgive for that, you know. But when it comes to double crossing, because I've had situation whereby the one just happened recently in the US where they opened a business together. Um, the other guy, because the other partner feel relaxed, he or she was doing most of the work, while the other one is doing most of the financing part. But there was an agreement, so both names were in the contract. But the other one went behind the other partner, took the person's name away, and was dealing with the company, him or herself, without the other person knowing. So me, that is double crossing. I don't. Why would you want to forgive for that? You know. So it depends on if you want to forgive. I forgive you, but I can't deal with you again. But I'm not going to forgive you and be like, okay, this is a mistake. Let's, you know, start another business together. So that's what I was asking. It depends on the capacity of offense my business partner committed. You know, if you double cross me, you run away with the
Uncle Pascal has got a call
um,
and his
I,
volume
Yes.
is
I will
gone.
Oh,
let
there
you
he is.
go.
There he is.
Okay, yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
lost you for a minute,
Somebody was trying to
vocal
call
wise.
in. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So yes, as I was saying, if you commit, if the crime is high, you try to double cross me because this is where I feed. This is where I take care of my family. So if you try to double cross me, for me not to be able to take care of my family, I wouldn't want to deal with you again. But I will forgive you. We'll still be friends, but we're not going to be business partner anymore.
That's good.
You know.
Okay.
But if it is something that you did because your dad was sick, we already have a plan that this money is going to be used. And after you are caught, there are receipts that you use it to save a life. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about it. So you are explaining, we can talk about it. But when you double cross me, no, I can't deal with you again. But we'll still be friends. But we
Okay.
can't do business together again.
I understand you now. So basically, for you, it's you draw a line right there. So if someone actually double crossed you or someone did something wrong when it comes to friendship and business, you draw a line. You might forgive, but the line has already been drawn. So there's no point in coming
Yeah,
back.
it depends on the capacity of what the person did, like I said,
Okay, I
you know,
understand that now. Well, clearly,
like double cross.
you
Yeah.
you explained that quite well. So, Auntie Nene, before we come into the end, let me ask you this question, right? In a relationship, right? Forgiveness in a relationship. I'm gonna ask you within the community sense of you. Basically, the entire community. Let me say, like now you live in the. I know you're looking at me like Francis. Why? Basically, now you live in the London community with our Sierra Leonean people, right? And someone writes something awful about you on social media, which they always do, or someone actually decided to offend you in a very serious way that you were not really thinking about. And those are not your friends, but let me say people that you know within the community saying malicious things about you. Would you forgive them and how would you go about it? Your volume is gone, Antinene. Oh, hold on. I think it's to me, it's to do with me here as well with the sound. Just a second. Let me find you in here. Just 1 second. Antinene. Yep, I found you. Okay, go on. We can hear you now.
Can
Sorry.
you hear me now? Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you now. It was a sound, yeah. I'll
Okay.
mute everyone.
Based on what you said, Francis, it all depends on the person and the relationship I have with that person. Because if it's just some bloggers or some social media clout chasers that just want to write about me to get some attention or whatever, I will not pay attention to that. But sometimes it's difficult if it's someone very close because you have small minded people who will just believe that, it's a friend. It must be true. It's a close friend. It's a family. It's a cousin. It's a this. It's a that. It's a from our partner. You know, it can be sometimes it can be your partner as well that can do things like this. So it depends on the situation. Like I said, sometimes doing damage control, you are doing worse than doing damage control. So it's better sometimes to be silent than to just go and try to defend yourself and give people more information or even more questions that they want to know about than even before. So in the society we live now is a social media world. People are free to go and write about whatever they want to write about. It's up to me and the people that know me personally, that believed in me, that whatever they've read out there, is it true? Is that the Nene that we know? So it's up to them to judge me. But sometimes you can go there and defend yourself and honestly speak the truth and convince some people, and they still go, she sounds convincing, but that girl, I don't trust her. And something about her, I just don't trust. can never please people, especially the social media. So the best way for me is do me. As long as I am happy, they can write about whatever they want to write about. Recently, let me give you an example. Someone close in this community, someone I know personally, I have phone communication with, had something, they didn't get back to me. They went on live and they said something. And I got back to them. I said, listen, I have a very good relationship with you and I have so much respect for you. And I believe you have the same respect for me. Uh, Before you go into social media, no matter what you've heard from anyone else, I think you owe me that much to reach out to me and say, oh, this is what I had, but I'm going on live and I'm going to talk about it. I just want to let you know. And I was telling you, no, don't talk about it. It's about me. It's not about you. You didn't even ask me whether it's true or not. And she apologized. Oh, I defended you straight away. I said what they said to me, it was a lie. But I said, but you still went live and called my name. Please do not call my name. So sometimes you can put the record straight directly to the person, or you ignore it, or you go on social media and try to defend yourself and make a fool out of yourself, because there's people out there who are just not going to believe you no matter what you say. So for me, as long as my heart is clean, I'm doing the right thing, I haven't offended anyone, and God knows I'm doing the right thing, I will not go out there and defend myself, Francis, because I'm telling you, trying to defend yourself is a lot of job.
It
It's hard
does. It
work.
does draw a lot of problems. I understand that.
You've been there. You've
I've
been
been
there.
there.
You
That's what I was
know.
about to say.
You know the ball.
I've been there. I've been there several times because I've been there. I've actually been in a situation whereby defamation of character, someone
Oh.
actually came online and they stacked up with me, and it wasn't easy. My name, my
Okay,
character, my
let me turn the
reputation,
favor.
everything
Francis,
went down the drain.
I'm going to be the host now. Let me ask you this question. You remember the incident that happened with you? It was a defamation of character. Would you have taken it in a legal matter, or would you just ignore? Because that was absolutely big one. That was a massive one.
It was a
Because it was a
massive
community
one.
thing.
It was. It was a massive one in the community, and it's something. It took me years to forgive. That is why when I came up with this topic today, I have to pray to God and really like, God, please help me to forgive those people that have wronged me. Because it took me years to forgive. I'm not going to lie to you, Nene. I only started forgiving like a couple of months ago. I start letting go of that issue. Because if you remember very well, every single thing I wrote on my Facebook page years back, I will always refer to it. And it's for someone to just trigger me and I will go back to it, you know. It's,
Amen.
I don't know. Personally, the question you just asked, if it was me now in this situation where I am right now,
Would you
presently,
take legal
within my spirit,
matters?
I would have taken legal action. Instead of me going live on Facebook to defend myself, instead of me actually trying to call other people, trying to clear my name, going on different platforms that they were doing live broadcast on, trying to talk about my personality, my character, my kids, my ex-husband that people actually have no idea about, trying to find the baby fathers for my kids and everything else. It was crazy. I always ask the Sierra Leonean people, especially in London, I don't go out with you guys. I was legally married. I don't go out with Sierra Leoneans. I put myself together, basically. I've learned to put me first, Frances first. So it was very, very difficult for me at that situation, at that point of time, to actually like forgive. And I keep defending myself in every ramification of the way. Defending myself, going live on Facebook, doing different things.
But
It happened
honestly,
recently again in Atlanta, whereby I was busy defending myself. So now I would have taken
Francis,
legal action. Yes, I would have gone to court
I
and I
don't
would
want
have
to.
made sure that
I
person
will
is in
not cut
jail.
you short. But Francis, I would have said, act. If it happens to you right now, act the same way you acted that time. Because I would have even advised you not to go on Facebook. Because people like us that know you personally did not believe what was going around, that you did this, you
At that
did that.
moment, yes,
Even though I was one of the victims on that
yes,
particular incident,
yes.
I did not take that grudge against you. I did not believe what happened. I trusted you without even you saying a word to me.
Yes.
I never questioned you. I never called you and said, "Oh, Francis, this happened. Oh, my name came." They said it was you, because I know you. So
Absolutely.
for me, I would say do the same thing you did then, because people like us that know you will not judge you. The people that don't know you maybe are the minority.
Yes.
Out of like 20 people, maybe we have three, four people. That's common. That's normal life.
Yeah.
If you don't have people that hate you, you don't have a life. You have to have people that hate you and
It's
people
true.
that like you, and including your family members.
It's
So
true.
defending yourself sometimes, I think it can go wrong
It's true. Yeah.
because you're giving them more information than they even need to know.
Absolutely true. That's true. I agree with you in that aspect. I think that is one thing I would have done differently. Thanks for bringing up that question. There's one thing I believe I would have done differently because
Mm-hmm.
it's 6 years ago now, isn't it? 6, 7 years ago now. Wow, time flies. Yeah, it's about
It is, yeah.
7 years ago now. And oh yeah, for Uncle Pascal and
Like
Uncle Carl being
2015.
left out right now, there was an incident
No, we are
whereby
enjoying your
some,
conversation.
I know, some kind of list came out in the Sierra Leonean community. But because I did a award ceremony then, they just thought I was the one that did the list. And it was a list I know nothing about. But during that list, they were saying some malicious things about Sierra Leonean women. And I'm a woman. The funny thing, my friends were all on that list. People that actually nurtured me when I grew up in England were all on the list. And God knows that moment. I didn't know where that thing came from. And I was in Atlanta on vacation when that list came out. I cried, I came online, I went on social media, but I knew exactly what happened because during back that time, my name was actually brought up for a award with the Queen, to be recognized. And basically my people hear about it and they find every way to scatter it up. But I understand, I picked it up, I've put it at the back of me now, but I would have done something differently during that time. I
Absolutely.
would have
I
never
would.
come on social media live defending myself.
When you were on live, I wanted to call you on Messenger and on your phone, like, stop it, stop it. Because we were on holiday in Freetown, and few of the friends I was with were on the same list as me. If we were not relevant, they won't talk about us. That's how I see it. We were so relevant in the Sierra Leonean community in the UK that they have to put us on a list. You know, so for me, I think it's because I'm relevant. That's why I was on the list. So for me, it doesn't really bother me. Because what they said, I know it was not me. So I wanted to say, Francis, stop it. Do not go live and give them more information. You know, what I always say to my friends, when people call me, "Oh, you are friends with this person that is, celebrity kind of like," they will start talking things about them. I said, whatever information you want to get, you're not getting it from me. Because me defending my friend,
I understand. Auntie Nene's
because
computer
they
is
twist it
frozen again.
around
But
information
when it
out of it
comes to
and make
forgiveness,
it into
right, I
something
understand where
else.
she was
Because I
coming
have
from.
friends who are big out there, I try to be very careful not to give them what they are looking for. By not defending them, like, you know what, believe in what you believe. If that's what you believe, so be it. Because by then, me telling them, "Oh, my friend is not like that. That one that you're seeing, she's a hardworking person. She owns this, she owns that, she owns this. She's a this, that, she's a this, she's got this business, she's got that, she's got income coming from." I'm giving them information. They are not
But Nene, the thing is, would you actually forgive them at this
privileged
moment?
to.
Would you
Just
forgive them at this moment? Would you actually forgive them for everything that like they've done? Because for me personally, I've forgiven them. I've prayed to God for God to actually let me have the power and the willing to forgive them. Because there was a lot of things that went wrong doing just that one mistake. People don't know it, but that mistake actually cost me my divorce. It cost me a lot of things.
there
It
is
cost my
one, there
business
is
and
one
everything. So we forgive. I'm happy you came up with the subject, but I've forgiven. I've
yeah.
forgiven, I've moved on, and God has
Yeah, we are
blessed
talking
me
about forgiveness. That's
tremendously in a
one thing we
different way
have to talk
around.
about because Francis
Yes,
says
Nene.
we have to bring this topic. I'm sorry, Brother Pascal and Brother Carl. Being women, always this forgiveness thing is either in a relationship or among women or families. For families, sometimes I tend not to go into it because you don't have a choice. You're not choosing to be blood person by mistake. it was destined by God. So you don't have that choice to drain all your blood. Like, you will not be my brother, sister, you will not be my cousin. But I have the choice to have make friendship with certain people. I have the choice relationship with people and then choose to go out of it. So when it comes to me and Frances, I've known Frances when she was very, very young.
I was
So
in my teens.
I from then I started studying Frances, the kind of person she is. And I know the community I live in more than Frances. I mix in the community more than her. Some of us are taking a back seat now because it gets to a stage after children and all that. You just want to put your life in another level. It doesn't mean that you're important than the community, but you don't want the noise in the community. You want to set morals,
Wow.
value.
Auntie Nene's computer keep going in and out, really. But I understand where she's coming from. She's been an emotional big sister right now. Because today is our luncheon day, and when it comes to our community, I understand where she's coming from. Because a couple of years ago, I really had it hot. Uncle Carl, you were online with me then, because half of the story during the time I was in London and in online during that time. Basically, Uncle Pascal doesn't really get it because he's just I just know Uncle Pascal in Atlanta recently. But Uncle Carl, you, when I was in London, we were still friends, so you knew what I was doing over there and how I was doing it until I get to this level, basically. So I've taught people I've come a very long way. And forgiveness is one of the key. It's a shame we've lost Auntie Nene now over there. Forgiveness is one of the key in life, and key attributes in life. No matter what people have done to you, it doesn't matter what they've actually put on you. It's about you letting go freely and forgive. When you forgive, you don't only forgive for them, but you forgive for yourself. And because I've actually learned how to forgive other people, God has actually blessed me in a different way around. And He's blessing me every single day in a completely different way around. Because that blessing, I believe, is being passed down to my kids and generation yet unborn. Because for every time someone actually go out there with your name or say something malicious with you, especially in the community, because I asked Nene that question in the community, especially with the community, it's very, very difficult to let go. That's one of the things I'll say. It's extremely hard to let go. It's a shame today is our first day of launching Calabash Network, and I'm happy my sister bring this up. Nene, we missed you a little bit because your phone went out. I believe maybe you had a
The
phone call.
network. Sorry, guys. It was just these people start calling you and they don't even understand. I'm online. Somebody's calling me now about the same topic.
Yeah.
Like, oh God.
It's true. That's so true. I'm actually thank you for bringing it up and thank you for us talking about it and then they
I just want
actually
you to
getting
know,
it.
Francis, let me say it here on social media because I've never come out to say anything to debunk this and say whatever happened years back. I have nothing against you. I did not believe the story. I did not even believe you were part of it. And whoever was part of it, stop it.
It's
It
gonna
was
come out
very
one day.
childish.
Because even me, they spoke about me
It's
anyway.
already coming out. We
It's coming
already
out,
know it's
exactly.
coming
It's
out.
coming out.
It's coming out.
It's coming out. We're
We
seeing
don't
it
pray for
loud in the
nothing,
community.
no.
I'm
We
not
don't
there
we don't
now.
pray for nothing.
I'm not
We
there
don't
right
pray for
now. That's Uncle Pascal. Go on, I'm listening. Sorry.
Okay.
sorry guys.
Thank you.
Today I'm
No,
keeping
that's
Uncle Pascal
fine.
quiet. Is it because of me you're quiet today?
No, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to the beautiful ladies, but I just want to quickly ask a question that just came up now.
Okay.
And this question is for the ladies. Sincerely, if you are in a relationship and your man cheats, will you forgive him?
For me, it depends who they cheat with, how they cheated. One, in an example, if you cheat with someone very close to me that you know it's my own person, cousins, family, neighbors, people I introduced to you, or you've introduced someone to me as your cousin, not knowing that they are your ex or your girlfriend previous, and then you started hitting back on them. That's another one I cannot forgive. But let's say you got on a holiday, you had a fling, or you met someone there, you just cheated for that one time you're on holiday. I'm not there with you. You explain to me in a way I can understand. Yes, I can forgive. But like I said, every cheating depends on the volume of how it happens and who it happens with.
Okay.
So when it comes to me, basically, um, it's a tough question, really, because I used to be this kind of person that used to say, once a man cheats on me, that is it, you're gone, done, over with, boom, I'm gone, it's over for me. But I've learned to be, as I grow older, I've learned to understand people from different perspectives. It's difficult for me to say it on air right now, but I'll forgive. I will forgive the person that cheated me. Because the reason why I'll forgive, it depends on the capacity or the level of love I've got for that person. Because when you love someone, right, you don't want to lose them. Cheating in a relationship is very bad. I'm not glorifying it. It's the worst thing ever someone can actually go through because it's very hurtful. And within your soul, you feel it. You feel the pain that goes inside of you. But if I really truly love you, not that kind of love that I just said, oh, I love someone just for no reason. When I truly really feel and know that I truly actually love you, I think I've got that capacity to forgive. I've been there before. It's hot. I'm not going to lie to you. It's really hot. It's painful. And within your soul, within your spirit, everything died. It kills you. It kills the trust in a relationship. I think I'm going to come back to what I think it was Uncle Carl that said it. The trust have to be broken. So that means the trust have already been broken in the relationship when a man cheats. The man goes and cheats because they don't really like you. Not because they don't love you, but there's something about you they don't like. That is why they're cheating. They said, oh, man cheats for no reason. I don't believe a man cheats for no reason. A man cheats because there's something about you that they don't see, which they see in the next person next to you, especially when you're
I
in a
disagree,
serious
Francis. I
relationship or
disagree
you're
with
in a
that.
marital relationship. The men are coming.
I
That is the way
disagree
I
too.
look at it in a
I
different
disagree
way.
absolutely, Francis. I
But
disagree.
Yeah,
personally, with the
I'm with them.
question, well, I believe
I'm
there's
with them.
something about you that they don't like. That's why they're cheating. Because if you were all,
Nah,
you have everything in you.
That is
Why are
that
they
is
cheating?
I
Why are the men
excuse me.
cheating?
that's
That's a good
Mr.
question, Pascal.
Mr.
Before
I
you
Carl,
have
round
I
to
up,
just
I
want the
have to
ladies
come
to
in
go.
on this one.
I will forgive, but
Okay,
I
I
have
will
to
okay.
personally
I have to
forgive
come.
at some
I
level.
got you. Good, good, good.
I
But let
have
me
to come in
address you on
here
this.
when
Let me
When
address.
Carl finish. Yeah, I'll come in.
Oh, yes, Uncle Cal, go on.
Uncle
Okay.
Carl. Mm.
Uh, ladies, and to Princess, the Calabash Princess here. Don't get me wrong. Women can be a headache to men.
I'm
The
one.
mouth thing.
Not
Oh
can't
my
be.
God, girl,
Go on anyway.
if you don't stop. It's a lot of things that can cause a man to be like, "Oh, I need my own room. I need my cave, my man cave, and get away." But that is part of marriage. That everyone has and needs me time. A man, if he marries you, is because you have qualities outside of just your looks that makes that man feels that you are a partner with him. Okay, so let's not feel that there's something wrong for you ladies that are listening. You have a man, you love that man, you know that man loves you. He steps out and he cheats. The first thing a woman would do is, what was wrong with me?
Mhm.
What did I do? I'm gonna say this, and a lot of men would be like, "Shut up." A man does not need a reason to have fault in his woman to be attracted
Yes,
enough to have sex with another woman.
absolutely.
It does not need a reason. I don't need to say, "Oh my God, you didn't make any more Kool-Aid." I keep telling you to make Kool-Aid. Every time I come home, you don't make Kool-Aid. I'm out of here. And then I go cheat. I don't need, a man does not need a reason in the
Mm-hmm.
middle of an argument, no matter what that argument is. If that man steps out and he goes out, he's not cheating because he had the argument. A man does not need that reason. So women, stop feeling like if your man has cheated, there is something wrong with you. Now, like I said, I'm gonna recap that. There are a lot of things that women do that get on men's nerve, but not enough to make you go out and cheat.
Good.
Okay? When a man
Mm-hmm.
cheats, it's because a man saw a woman, had conversation with a woman, and usually primarily it starts with laughter and conversation with another woman that you have come to know and to communicate. But it's not because that woman has better conversation than you. It's in man, in some men. There are some men who won't cheat. Then there's some
Yeah.
men who believe what I've talked about in previous show, that is made for men. This is
Yep,
that.
serial
And then
cheaters.
but you do have men, okay, who wants to stick with one woman. Okay?
Yes.
But the essence of man is we can deal with more than one, and you don't need a reason. So women, stop feeling that there's something you've done. I just don't agree with that. Sorry.
That's true. That's true.
That's
But
true, though.
sometimes
Mm-hmm.
when you actually look at a man and you're like, okay, this is my man. I've got everything, and this man, still out there cheating. I've seen situations whereby the woman's got everything. They're pretty. They've got good characters. They're industrious. They're everything. And that man, yeah, possibly it's just psychological. Maybe it's in their DNA, especially with the African men, our African brothers. We've talked about this show before. It's in their DNA to cheat. They just believe, I'm not going to say all, but majority of them, they just can't stick to one woman. So it's that question there. It's really really hard. But for me personally, I will forgive. It depends on the situation, as Nene said. Really depending on the situation, but I believe we need to learn how to forgive.
But
Because
let's ask the
sometimes,
guys now, Francis. Pascal, you asked the questions about us, the ladies. What about if it was
Mm.
you,
yes,
the guy,
would
the
you
men?
forgive a woman cheating?
Would you forgive when a woman is with you? You know that you think that everything is okay. They are happy. You are happy. Everything is going well, and then they cheat,
Would you
and they tell you
forgive?
that it was a mistake.
Yeah.
They
So
ask for
like,
forgiveness remorsefully as a man.
yes, yes. Like I said earlier, um, I will forgive, but that's why people say I'm mean sometimes. I will forgive, but I might not deal with you. You see how it's different? Because if you cheat on me and it's confirmed, because sometimes we just hear, we've had
Yes, you.
cases where people don't do their due diligence, hearsay, and you hear, oh, my husband cheat, my wife cheat, and you just take your decision. When you take decision when you are angry, you take drastic decision. But when you calm
Absolutely.
down, think about it. So I feel when you like, if my woman cheats and I know she cheats, there's one thing as a man, I feel I'm at risk,
How?
because I feel you as my woman, you're supposed to be my queen. You're the one taking care of my affairs when I'm not around. So when you go deal with another man, you are dealing with another king. Where um, I will forgive you in the essence that we still talk, we're still friends. But like I said earlier on, I will not deal with you with the same capacity that I was dealing with you before.
So you won't
You
be in a
know,
relationship with a woman again.
no, no, I won't. I don't think I can deal with you again.
That's
To
the
be
thing with
honest,
men. They cannot be with a woman that has cheated on them and come clean. But we women,
I
we tend to
can't.
forgive our
I'm
men.
not. I don't expect the woman. See, it's all about choice. We said it earlier on. Everything's about choice. Some men, I have seen men that have forgiven their spouse. They knew that she cheated, but they forgave her. But me, I can't. I will forgive you, but I can't deal with you again. The tribe where I come from is called the Esan land, and it works. Our women, they run to marry us. They prefer to marry foreigners. Because why? There's a tradition that if you cheat with this tribe, most especially when you have kids, it affects the firstborn.
Mm.
So it's deep.
Yeah.
I'm a man with tradition. Even if
So,
I'm in
and
the US
you
here, I
believe
still have
in
my
that
traditional
tradition.
values.
See,
Yes,
that's the
true.
problem.
Yeah. It's not a problem. Let's put the tradition out of it. Let's put
Yeah,
it
that's what I
out.
wanted to say. Let's put tradition out of it, Pascal.
Let me
Let's
put
say,
it out.
yeah,
Let me
put the
put that
tradition
out.
out.
And
Mm,
now I'm in
mm,
the Western world. I'm in the
mm,
Western world now.
mm,
Like I said again, if I'm dealing with a woman, she go out and sleep with another man.
mm,
No, I can't deal with you again. I can't sleep with you again. But we can still be friends. We'll talk. The only way I will have issue with me is me not dealing with you again, not even talking with you. If it's because you got drunk or you were raped,
mm,
it's different. But if you go willingly, intentionally, because
mm.
when people cheat, sometimes if you cool down, if you wait and look, they continue to cheat until they are
Yes.
caught.
Yes.
Okay,
So
Pascal, what about if that woman cheated because they felt unwanted or unloved by you, by how they assumed that you don't love
Yeah,
them, you
that.
don't have time for them? Maybe you are busy doing things for the family and you're traveling.
Hmm.
She's thinking that, oh, my husband is cheating. We women, we just sit down and assume and just think, I've been calling him, his
I
phone is
like
off.
that.
Oh, he didn't pick up. As soon as we think like that, the next thing we are thinking is cheating. Or maybe
Yes.
you left your phone somewhere, you are eating in a restaurant, it has happened. You left your phone and I'm sitting in the next table to it. And your phone ring and I'm trying to pick up the phone to tell whoever on the phone that this person that owns this phone left the phone. The woman did not believe that the husband left the phone genuinely. She just thought, I'm a girlfriend, I'm trying to twist it around. And that when the husband came back, she finally find a way to get a hold of the husband. Oh, your mistress picked your phone and said you forgot the phone at the restaurant. You think I'm a fool? You think I'm an... And then when he came to get the phone, he was like, "Can you please come with me and go?" I say, even if I go on top of your wife's head, she will never believe. That's women. That's how we are. That's how we are. So some kind of things that we the women have to be careful in the things that we believe in. It can be genuinely that the man
Exactly.
has left that
absolutely.
phone and it has happened. So that's why sometimes you believe your partner until you can catch them red-handed. That what they're saying, they know now you know the truth. It's not the right way. But
That's
one
true.
thing I always say between the men and women, our men will cheat, will forgive them and move on. But men, when a
Can I
woman
finish what I
cheats,
was saying?
Go on, Uncle
Pascal, let me
Or
finish
Pascal.
that
finish,
one side.
then I'll go ahead.
Yeah.
Pascal, let me finish this one side. When you men, women cheat, and we for ask for forgiveness, you forgive. The moment you take off your clothes, they look at you. They lost appetite, thinking of what you have done. Men have that in them. Men is very difficult to forgive when their woman cheats, and I believe is the men is the man in them. Is that ego thing that I'm a man, another man, on top of my woman. It will
It's
never.
it's it's not
Hold
an
on,
it's
Mr.
not an
Carl. Mr.
ego.
Carl. Mr. Carl, I will answer her,
Okay,
please.
let
Go
me
on,
Uh,
go on,
Pascal.
Pascal. Go
Let me
on, answer. Let's
go,
hear.
Pascal.
Let's
Let
see
me
what
talk
you've
before
got
I
to
look
say
like
about this one.
you're waiting for my
Okay,
response.
so that is why I always tell women to listen the way men think, the way we talk. If women can do that, Mr. Carl just said it quite not quite long. Men, when we cheat, we don't cheat because there's something wrong with you. It's different. When women cheat, she just said it because she's feeling unwanted. Women cheat for a reason.
Mhm.
They always do. Because if a woman wants to be loyal, she will be loyal.
Absolutely.
They will be really loyal. But when she cheats for a reason. When we cheat, most cases we don't cheat for a reason. We just feel like he said we're having interaction, we're always out there. But we still remember back home. It's only a stupid man that will go and cheat and forget about his home.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
It's no longer a provider. Providing is not just the whole thing. You have to show your woman love, of course. But the point is, when we cheat, we don't cheat for a reason. Women cheat for a reason. When a woman is
Absolutely.
in love, she's in love with you, she go out and cheat. There's a reason why she cheats. So the reason now is it justified? Because most women, they've not done the due diligence. You just said it, the way women are. They've not done the due diligence. They just take,
No,
they just react.
Yeah,
it's our
sure.
Where
reaction.
a
It's the
lady can
problem.
call and just call you with fake and just say something. The woman don't want to know because why I don't blame them because she's in love. She's deeply in love. She's hot. But women should learn
Mm.
to calm down, do their due diligence, and really know if this man cheats. But for me as a man, if my woman cheats, because she has a reason why she cheats, that is why I say I am at risk. She has a reason. Oh, this man don't love me anymore. So whoever she cheats with, she believes that man loves her more. If you can buy a woman a vehicle today, a Range Rover today, the next day she will ask you, sweetheart, do you love me?
Mhm.
After buying that for her, she's still going to
That's true.
ask you. And if you don't tell her I love you, that's a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
That
But
can be
that's
an
true though,
issue.
because
So if
material
there's
things is
another
not a
man
sign of love.
outside, if there's another man outside telling her that I love you, that can't even afford to buy her a Range or even a bike. So my point is women cheat for a reason. We don't cheat for a reason. So
Thank
Just
you.
when
cheat.
women say when let me finish. When women say men will not forgive when a woman cheats, yes, because why? We feel you cheat for a reason. So what's the reason? What made you cheat? I'm not showing you
Neglect.
much love, or I'm not providing, financially. That means the other person is doing it. That's how I
Neglect.
see it.
Neglect, Dene.
Neglect.
Neglect is the biggest
Neglect.
factor.
So like the
Neglect.
man neglects me, then so you go and cheat. That means you feel comfortable with the other person. That's
You
That's
the
a
know,
way
sometimes
topic
when they
we've
say
for me.
discussed before,
neglect,
and that topic is going to
Pascal,
come back. Let's go with
neglect
Uncle
can be
Cal.
that you're financially bringing to the house, you're providing everything as a man, but you're neglecting the bedroom. And that's a problem, especially for a man
And
that
do
is
you
very
know why?
busy.
So yes, Nene. Most times, why? Okay, so this is another good one. The reason why most men, majority of men, I think I'm speaking for men. So anybody in the comments, if I'm saying the truth, just say yes. Most men, why they act that way? Sometimes they don't. Sometimes when a woman nags too much, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it becomes unattractive. There are things a man goes out to do stuff. We know it's not just providing, but that is the number one thing for you to
Mm-hmm.
provide security for your family is the number one thing. Because if I'm at home
Mm-hmm.
showing all the love and all the care and I cannot provide, it's a big problem. So I rather choose to
Mm-hmm.
provide and show you love. Maybe me going out to do what I gotta do to take care of the family takes my time. I can be a truck driver, I'm always on the road. I can be a pilot, I'm always on the road. So when I come home and I'm tired, but I bring
Mm-hmm.
everything that I said I need to take care of the family, what she wants. So women should also understand that. Give time, except the man is not really interested again. Then there's a reason. Because if he married you at first, that means he loves you, of course. There's a reason why he put you in the house. So if
Mm-hmm.
something's going on, that means something has changed as well,
This
you
should be
know.
another topic
So
for
I don't
another
That's a
think if
show.
a
topic we've
man loves
discussed it
you as
before.
a
We're going to
wife,
come up
he
with it
will just
again.
neglect you.
Yeah, we
That
need
will
Say
be
to,
a
that
because
topic
again.
that's
there's
our
a lot
next
of
discussion.
questions.
This is the way we found it.
There's lots of
Uncle
questions I want
Cal.
to ask the guys.
Yes, Antonina, 1 second. Uncle
We are
Cal.
ready.
I know, Uncle Cal. The topic is getting
Yes.
eaten up now from one to the next one, right? All the time.
Hmm.
That's the way it always goes. Women's corner, men's points of view. So it's a good thing. Now we're
Oh yeah.
having the point of view from the women and from the men point of view. So Pascal
Hmm.
just came up with a great topic right there. Uncle Cal, would you forgive
Yes.
your woman or your wife if they cheat on you?
No.
Eh?
I will forgive. I will forgive, but I won't stay.
So you're gonna
Wow.
forgive, but you're not gonna stay. You move on. So this is
I move
something
on.
for the women, Nene, isn't it? Because we the women, we forgive and we stay.
We do. We get
You want
forgive
to
and
know
stay.
why?
Yes, you have to.
You want you
Let's
want to
ask
know
Yes,
why I
Carl,
would?
go on.
Okay,
Ask
let
Carl.
Mr.
All right.
Carl go.
Here's my thing. Right. As a child, neither one of you women cannot say you have not heard older auntie, mom, cousin, sister mentioning about their relationship. Oh, many dogs to cheat, to cheat, to cheat, to cheat, to cheat, to cheat, to cheat. At some point in your youth, you hear this all the time. Oh, you grew up and you knew it. So it's no surprise. Is I'm giving the man an excuse? No. But there's a reason why a majority of women are single today. Because there are men like this, and everyone's looking for that 2, 3, 4, 5% of men who would actually not cheat. Okay. Then you have that 20, 30% that believes in marrying more than one woman, that will be
Woman.
honest and say, I believe in having. They're real men that'll say, I believe in this. I won't go Bible today. I won't even go Muslim because the culture of Muslim have it to where men can marry more than one woman.
One, right? Yeah.
But the woman will
Absolutely.
go, okay. The man can't be a man even in his religion. Okay. So, because the woman wants him to herself. But guess what? That's the way God made her. Her punishment was you shall cling to your man. Okay, I said I wasn't gonna go Bible, but anyway, the whole thing is here's my thing. You know that the man is this way. You know men are this way. Women are different. Everybody who gets into a relationship know the people that they are with, or you wouldn't get married in the first place. But my thing is the reason why I wouldn't forgive is because if I know this woman, which I will, it's not in her character to go cheat. A woman will leave you before she go and give herself to another man and then come back and lay down with you. That is in the DNA structure of a woman, in my opinion. So if the woman goes because she feels like I cheated and go out and cheat, she's doing a monkey see, monkey do, which takes her out of her character, and I don't know that woman no more. You have dropped your dignity. You have dropped your pride. You have dropped your moral principle just to pay me back. I'm good.
Or can I ask a question to
Go
Uncle
on,
Cal?
Auntie Nene.
If you're dating someone and they cheated on you while dating, and they they ask for forgiveness and you forgive them and you get married and they cheat again, what would you say to that? Would you forgive them on
I
married
was
when while you're married?
I would say that that was me at 20. Your exact scenario you just explained. I'm be honest. I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
I met a woman. This woman, after me and her having sex, I leave her apartment. I forgot my jacket. Now, she was even a woman, and I might be putting myself out there a little too much, but she had a child already, young baby. I come back to get my sweater. I wasn't gone no more than 15 minutes. I knock on the door. I knock on the door. I want my sweater.
We,
She
women are
pretends
bad.
like I don't hear no noise going on in there. Okay.
That's too quick.
Now I couldn't prove it because but I knew I heard voices in there. And I knew I just left. Okay. So when she comes back, she tell when I see her again and I get my sweater, she gives me an explanation, and it's smooth one. It really is. It's a smooth one. And I'm not gonna say the explanation, but it was smooth. It's smooth enough to to mess with a boy behind the wet behind the ears at 20 to believe. Okay. I married this woman.
Oh, wow.
I
Wow.
have a child with this woman. Three with this woman. I'm working hard. I am an electrician assistant going on shutdowns in California with Chevron and Mobil and all them installing conduit to run cable for their electricity. Sometimes those jobs are for a month, sometimes they're 2 months, sometimes they're three. Now the per diem and all that money that was coming in 1991, 1992, I was making $6,000 to $10,000 a week.
Wow.
I was making good money. I'm providing. And I was the man that would send my check home
Hmm.
and have her put money in the bank for my debit card to eat with.
Hmm.
When I come home, she has been around and messing around with somebody else because I'm gone. I find it out and I still stay
Wow.
because I'm married with kids with you. Now, after this marriage finally was over, I didn't let what she did to me, because there's much more in it, but I didn't let what she did to me affect my judgment to women in my future.
Okay.
However, women will let what one man has done to them affect their judgment
Oh,
to other men in their
In the
future.
future.
And we
That's a
have to
big
take
one.
on the responsibility.
that's a
That's
So
a big
this
one.
is
massive
why I
one.
Yeah.
say if a woman cheat on me, she's different. That
Hmm.
she has more character. She has more poise in her. She's more mature in her. So if she does that because of that, I've lost a woman I know.
Oh my God.
That's a really big one, really. Uncle Carl, thanks for sharing
And
that.
and and also, if I may come in, and also, it's so funny because I've come. I think women likes. I call this challenge when a woman say, if it's a man that cheats, this, that. This is how I see it. Remember, we have different kind of men. A weak man, when the woman is the provider, I feel he will stay. But one, I am providing. I'm going out. I'm doing what I need to do. Like Nene said, providing is not just everything. Yes, I agree. But at the end of the day, I'm still going out to do what I got to do, toil the soil to bring things back home for you guys to be comfortable and give you security. Also,
Mm-hmm.
a man cannot mess out, and if he have a child, it's known that you have a child. A woman can have a baby for another man, and that baby will still be under your house. The man will not know
That's
until
that
something
is the
comes
topic for
up.
the
D
next one, really, for the
Until
next
something
talk show.
comes
That's a good
up
one.
and they do DNA, then you now realize that child is not for that man. So there are so many factors why it's so different between men
If this
and
topic will
women.
start here, we won't finish anyway.
I know this topic
It's a
here
very
is a
broad.
big topic. This
But
is a if we open that can of
it's a
womb, it's
massive
not gonna
one
finish.
because we, the women, too, just like Carl said, we have our own experience as well. For me, it's not
Of
the
course,
cheating.
yes.
It's like I said, it's how you go about it. If you cheat, I don't know about it. It means you are hiding from me. You are respecting me. You are doing what men do, anyways. Inside them, we don't know why they do it. They themselves do not know why they do it. They do it because they are men.
Mm,
But do not do
mm.
it to the point where you bring disrespect and you neglect your own home. That is what I cannot take. I can take a man cheating as long as I don't know. And one thing, not only me, if you know Frances is my friend, you go to an event that you're not expecting me, you're not expecting Frances or anybody that I know there. The fact that you are with this woman, you are comfortable, you're all over her. You see Frances and you back off. Even if Frances tells me, I'll pretend like I don't know because you have respected me.
Yeah.
The fact that you back off for Frances not to see you, even though Frances has noticed what is happening, and she's my friend, she has gisted me like your man has respect for you.
I saw him. I wanted to catch him red-handed, but you know what? He balanced. He disappear.
Yeah.
That man, they scare you. Oh. That man really love you. Oh. You know the pride that brings to me as a woman. Those are the things we are looking for. Not the cheating that is all over. You are going there cheating. My cousins, my aunties at a wedding, you are dancing with this woman wearing a shobi. And you expect
That one
me
is
to
more
give
than
you this
cheating
kind of
now.
respect.
That's
So this is then the
disrespecting.
other part I'm saying, Pascal, that gets to me. Go and cheat and protect yourself. For me,
That
I
is
don't
a
have the problem.
subject for a different day.
The cheating chances I have a problem. When you cheat, you bring a child, it's a blessing. As much as it pains me as a woman, because we are the one that looking nurturing these children. I don't want my children and that child to feel any different. And you know the amount of work I have to put in as a woman to mother another child that did not come from my womb, and to treat them with my own children as the same is not easy. But we try to blend that family together. But guess what? What about if you come home with a disease?
Which a
How
lot
do
of
we
men
handle that?
do. A lot of men do.
This is my problem
But
with cheating.
it's not just no, it's not just men. It's
No,
both
women do
men
it
and
too.
Women
women.
as
It's
well.
both. Women
If
do
a
it
woman
too.
go out and cheat,
Absolutely,
if
and
a
come some
woman
with a
go out
disease.
and cheat, it's not just men. If a woman can go out and cheat and bring disease to the house,
It's true. Absolutely true.
it's both it's both parties when it
Pascal, the
comes to that.
percentage we are talking about, the
It's
percentage
majority
of
with
men
men.
cheating and women cheating, is a very big gap in between. No, not like you
Uncle
guys. But what we
Pascal,
are saying
That
Uncle
is
is
what
Pascal,
the
that's why we
percentage.
said
Uncle,
yes.
Uncle Pascal. Listen, yeah, we are talking about what men do. It actually starts out with forgiveness. Okay,
Forgiveness, yes.
so the forgiveness is actually for the woman because the men is generally it's the women that's. Can I say weaker vessel?
Yeah,
You
sure.
Okay,
can, yes.
When it comes to women, yes,
so
you
their
are.
hearts, their emotions are more stronger. So we're talking about them right now. Another reason I said I would not forgive, I mean, I would not stay with after forgiving that woman, because if I found out that you cheated, that means the woman intentionally wanted me to know,
Mm-hmm.
and that
Mm-hmm.
is that there's no way that a man is going to know anything about a woman cheating. Not women. Women can cheat, and a man would never know. So
Exactly.
So you
if
see
that
what's happened
woman,
now? We only streaming now on YouTube because Facebook we've actually hit our 2 hours mark. So we streaming on
ah,
YouTube now, girl.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
oh
we did.
wow.
all
I
right,
know we did today. That is the
You
thing.
are already.
Yes,
Wow.
it is.
two
So it's
hours
like
already. Wow.
it's 2 hours
Okay.
already. We hit our two hours
You
mark
Because
on
it's
should be on
burning
Facebook. So we're
fresh
TikTok.
thing.
streaming on YouTube
You should
now.
do the
So
TikTok and
what I would
Instagram. That
say,
would be better.
this is a very good topic, and it's a topic that's not gonna go away. And today was the launch of the
Nah.
Calabash Media, and I'm happy you guys have time during this day because most of the time it's in the evening. All of us got time. So I'm so pleased, I'm thankful of this, and I pray Uncle Carl, Uncle Pascal will start doing it on Sundays. Sunday looked like a good timing. We managed to get Uncle Carl not on the road, Uncle Pascal sitting down nicely. So I think Sunday is a good one, really, for us to be doing it. So I love it. And Auntie Nene, I love you. And thank you for making the time
I
today to
love you
join
too,
us.
darling.
And you know I
Thank
love all
you.
Good
of
to
you
see you,
very
Auntie
much.
Nene.
Auntie Nene, I know.
Good to see. It
That's
looked
my
like
baby.
Pascal was very, very, very nice today. They're saying that you are very mean, but I don't see that
Okay,
mean.
before
Oh,
I
you've
actually cut
heard.
it off on YouTube so that we can continue our conversation in here, I just want to make this clear. Auntie Nene, I thank you for bringing
Yes.
up that conversation today regarding those my Sierra Leonean people. And my Sierra Leonean
You're
people, I
welcome.
just want you to know that your diaspora list or whatever you guys call that list was never me. And now at least we're seeing that it wasn't me because we're beginning to see everything coming out in the light in the community. And I love you all. I've forgiven each and every one of you.
Everyone.
Truly,
Bless you.
from my heart, I've forgiven all of you and I've let go of it. And I love you all. Until next week again, well, starting Tuesday, I love you all. Thank you and stay
Love
blessed.
you.